If you are struggling with anemia, low blood iron, or you simply don't know what's going on, you have weird symptoms and can't figure it out, then you may potentially have low iron. So I'm going to show you how you can help resolve that problem and get yourself back in balance and back in the shape of better health, okay? So keep watching and let me show you what I have used in my own life to help get my iron levels back on track. Stay tuned and let's go. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the society. So just a sidebar before we get started, today is Wednesday and I am coming with a wellness tip because moving forward from here on in, I want to bring, maybe not every Wednesday, but every so often on Wednesdays, bring you a wellness Wednesday tip, okay? I'm going to bring you things about, health and nutrition and wellness, because as we go through 2024, of course, we want to be good, we want to be confident, we want to be successful in living our best lives. But if we're not healthy and if we're not good, if our immune systems aren't strong and fortified, listen, there's no sense in being successful. Your body's not healthy and you're not healthy enough to enjoy it, okay? So every other Wednesday or so, I'm going to bring you a wellness Wednesday tip to show you things that you can use and things that you can incorporate to kind of get your health back on track and get it back in balance and be in optimal health and optimal shape to enjoy the life and the success that you are gonna receive and gonna produce this year, okay? So with that said, once again, welcome back to the society. This is your first time, then welcome. Thank you for joining us. And please don't let it be your last time. If you enjoy what you hear today on this video, please go ahead and hit the like button and go ahead and watch some of the older videos too, okay? And if you like what you hear, if you kind of like the vibe, you feeling my vibe, then let's vibe together, sis. Let's vibe together, bro. And go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and let's kind of be on a regular basis, okay? And to those of you that are my OG watchers, thank you guys for coming back. It's so great to have you here once again. Now, so like the title of the video says, if you have low iron or if you have anemia or you even partially anemic, then I have something for you. I kind of teeter-tottered on whether I should share this or not. Not because I don't want to share, things that work for me with you guys, but I know that people can get real, what's the word? They can get real touchy when you share medical advice or things that talk about health, but it's not medical advice. It's a wellness tip. And the only reason why I'm sharing this with you today is because this is something that I've used in my own personal life. This is something that I use and I am taking now, and I'll tell you more of that backstory in just a second. Okay, so low iron. Well, anemia is caused by low iron, all right? And a lot of times, low iron can go unrecognized, especially in women. As we know, every month, Lady Flo or whatever you call her, she comes and she takes a visit, and all that flow of blood and the iron lives in your blood, as you know. So all that losing of blood every single month, a lot of women are deficient in iron, but they may not realize it. Now, and it especially comes into play if you're someone like me who is pescatarian, they don't eat red meat, or much less if you're vegan, don't eat meat at all, or no kind of dairy and things like that, you can potentially have a low iron level in your body. Now, I know for a long time I have been, I guess, partially anemic. I didn't even know about it, but something happened last year, and I am going to share with you. I actually haven't even shared this with a lot of my friends, and I'm sharing it here on YouTube. Go figure. I must really like you guys, okay? Well, I'm going to share it and kind of give my backstory to explain why I am feeling the need to share this with you, because I know a lot of people have issues with low iron. I've been hearing a lot of stories recently, not just from women, guys too. That guys can have low iron. Again, you're vegan or pescatarian or things like that, or vegetarian. A lot of guys do not eat red meat for health reasons or whatever reasons. And that red meat, I mean, crazy as it sounds, that's where a lot of people get their iron source from. So those of you that eat steaks and burgers, you probably have no issues with having your iron levels be at the right place, because our bodies, as we eat that red meat and that bloody meat, really, that's the easiest source of absorption into our bodies, okay? But if we don't eat red meat, you have to now take supplements or do other things to ensure that those levels are at the optimal place. So quick backstory, last year, 2023, in January, I went to the doctor for a regular checkup. Now, it was something I do every year. I guess, hey, I need a physical, and I actually did not get one in 2022 because, I don't know, the pandemic or something was happening, but I didn't go to the doctor all that year. And I said, you know what, in 23, I'm going to go top of the year, make sure everything is good, make sure I get my numbers right, whatever. Now, I would say that in late 23, I want to say maybe in October or something, I had an episode where I was cooking in the kitchen and I just started to feel faint, I guess. Started to feel faint and started to feel like, oh, I'm a little woozy. Let me go and sit down. Now, I figured it was still kind of hot here on the East Coast. I figured that the heat from the stove was kind of getting to me. So I'm like, okay, maybe I was hungry. So I was like, let me go and sit down for a second. I turned the stove down, went to sit down. And as I sat down, I started to feel like this weird nauseousness or unsettling in my stomach, and my heart was like racing out of control. I'm like, what is going on? I started to get really dizzy. I had to actually lay down on my counter, like it was. I'm like, what is happening? And then my hubby came upstairs because I guess he kind of sensed, we're in tune like that, he kind of sensed something wrong. So he came upstairs and he was like, are you okay, what's going on? And he said, here, drink this, take this. He's like, you need me to call the ambulance? I'm like, no, I'll be fine. Because actually I had experienced this before, but I kind of, not that I'd ignored it, but I kind of, being that I'm into health and wellness and my mom's a nurse and I kind of know all the things. I was in pre-med. I have a pre-med degree. I'm like, oh, I know what to do. I know what this could potentially be. And I do certain things. I take certain things, certain supplements, and I can kind of work through it to get myself back to normal. So I was like, no, don't call 911. Let me just see what's going on. And it actually took longer than usual to pass. And I'm like, what is this? So as soon as I got to the point where I could kind of talk more, I said, call my mom. And he called my mom and she asked some questions, this happening, that happening. And she said, give her some, I think it was Gatorade at the time or some Vitamalt, right? Those in the Caribbean know, and Spanish people know what Vitamalt is. And long story short, this was in October. So like I said, in January, I went to get my full physical at the hospital at my doctor's. And I said, let me get a full checkup, see what's going on. And after that episode in October, it hadn't happened again. I was fine. Um, so but I went to get my checkup and I took a day off from work. I say, I'm coming in late, so I'm gonna go to the doctor in the morning and go to work afterwards because I'm just gonna get a regular checkup, nothing special, nothing crazy. Just, take my this, that, and the third, make sure I'm good. So I went to the doctor and everything seemed fine. And I kind of explained, and they're like, oh, is anything wrong? I'm like, no, nothing's wrong. I say, well, by the way, I had this kind of weird episode a few months ago in October. And she was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me send you to get do some blood work done, just to kind of check your levels, see what everything is, and how everything looks. I went the next day and I went to get my blood levels done, and I think so I went to doctor today. I went to get my blood level done. I think the next day, and then the third day, I was getting ready for work. I got a call from the doctor's office. I'm like, why are they calling me? I figured, okay, well, maybe they got my results back. They called to tell me my results. So they say, hey, is this so and so? I'm like, yeah. I said, the doctor would like to speak with you. I'm like, okay. She's like, hey, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm good. I'm getting ready to go to work. I got the results back. She said, you feeling okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you sound okay. And I said, I saw you yesterday and you look fine. And I'm like, okay, yeah. She said, but I got your results back. And she said, you need to go to the ER right now. Say what now? Excuse me? You need to go to the ER right now. I'm like, dude, what? I'm getting ready to go to work, so can this wait till later? Because I asked some meetings to go to. She's like, no, you need to not go to work today. Call in because you need to go to the ER. I'm like, hold on, what's happening? She said that your blood iron levels are extremely low, and I'm surprised you're even standing up right now. And I'm like, what? She said, yeah. She said, I saw you 2 days ago and you seem fine, but so it's weird that you kind of just walking around and you look normal. I didn't see anything that was suspicious. And I'm talking to you and you sound fine, but you need to go to the ER right now because the levels I'm seeing. I think she said the kind of acceptable low for blood iron levels was, I want to say it's like 7, right? And my blood iron levels at the time, it's the acceptable low, like the lowest they'll take it to 7. Mine was a 4.5. So I'm like, scratch, what now? So this kind of just blew up my whole day because I'm like, wait, how was that? I was kind of like mind blown, right? So she said, go to the ER now. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to the ER. So I said, let's go to the ER and kind of figure it out. And I actually never been to the ER as a patient myself. And so, especially not here in the States. So I went to the ER, didn't know what to expect. And of course, as I've heard experiences. It was a long behind process. There's a lot of waiting and waiting and more waiting. You go and get registered, waiting. So I sat there, kind of just like, okay, I'm eating some snacks or whatever because I didn't know how long, what to expect and how long it's gonna take. So actually, no, they told me not to eat. That's what it was. And I'm like, dude, I'm hungry. So I said, hey, can I at least have some nuts or something? And they said, yeah, you can have the nuts. I had some nuts and like cranberries, things like that, like a little trail mix. And they took my blood level, and no, they took my vitals. Then they said, we're going to get you a bed. I mean, you're going to take your blood levels. You can take blood again just to kind of see what your readings actually are, because sometimes things can fluctuate. Let's see if they have gotten any better. So they got my blood levels, and basically it hadn't changed a whole lot. Now, here's where the okay, so here's what happens next. So after they told me that, they say, well, the doctor is gonna come and talk to you. The doctor came in, and Caucasian guy, he all like, here's what it is, and this is what's going on. And I'm like, okay, sir, what, I'm just listen to what he has to say. He said, you need to get a blood transfusion. I'm like, transfusion? He's like, yeah, we need to like pump more blood into your body. I'm like, okay. I'm like, where are we getting this blood from? He said, from the blood bank. Okay. He said, no worries, the blood is tested, and we test for XYZ, all these different things. And now at this time in the height of 2023, we had a lot of people that were finding out that people that got the jab or whatever, they were getting a whole lot of blood clots, things were happening, and these weird things were going on. And I'm like, so I'm like, do you guys, the compatibility? But he did mention that the compatibility, that there's a chance that this could not go well. Now they try to match people's blood type, but there are things in people's blood that sometimes are just not compatible. Your body rejects the blood, things happen. So I was already like, what? And then he said they don't test for every single thing, but they test for a lot of things. So somebody can have an actual blood disease or something that's going on, the pathogen, or I don't know, whatever that could potentially be an issue in my body. So at that point in time, I'm like, dude, no, I have blood in my body. The blood may not be iron strong, but I got blood in my body. Okay, so what you talking about? Like, what you talking about, Willis? Right? So I said, okay. I was like, and he said it's your choice, but I would highly recommend do the transfusion because that'll get you back to where you need to be. He said, he said I would recommend. I think he said like 2 pints, but we'll try with one and see how that works out, and kind of watch you from there. And I'm like, the whole idea of pumping somebody else's blood into me just didn't sit right with me. Now, if I'm in dire need, and God forbid there's like some tragedy happens and somebody needs blood to live, more power to you. Go for it, right? But I'm sitting there talking to you normal, and you talking about pumping blood in my body, blood that could potentially not work for me, that could potentially cause an issue, that could potentially introduce something that I don't want into my body. That didn't sit right in my spirit. It didn't sit right in my shanana. So I'm like, I don't know about all of that, sir. So I was like, well, what are the other options? He said, I highly would recommend this transfusion, but he said, it's your choice. I can't force you. But I will put on record that you denied it. And I talked to my husband, and he said, listen, yeah, he said, I don't know about that either. So we both feel kind of like, no, let's see what the other options are. The other option was for him to prescribe me an iron supplement. Like, why didn't you lead with that note? Like, why didn't you lead with that, sir? Right? So he said, okay, I'll prescribe you an iron supplement. He wrote down this whole ferrous, whatever, whatever. And I'm like, okay. So he said, take this to your pharmacy and get iron. So I went to the pharmacy thinking that it's some kind of like specialized iron thing. Like, I gotta go behind the counter and come back for my medication. And she said, oh, you can just go on the shelf and pick it up. I'm like, this dude, he just spent all this time and made me spend all this money talking about I can go get an iron tablet off the shelf. You could just told me that and not keep me here in this hospital for like 6-7 hours. Tell me I can go get an over-the-counter iron tablet, like a Nature's Way iron tablet supplement. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So anyway, I was like, really? So of course, I went and I got the iron, and I bought the tablets, and then so it was the next day. This was a Friday, I think it was, and the next day, which was a Saturday, we having breakfast. We made brunch or whatever, and I was eating, and I mean it was good. Okay, it was a good old Bahamian breakfast. It was a grits and all the things, eggs, and I was eating, and after I ate, I said, you know what? Let me take my iron tablets, because you have to take these iron pills with food. You shouldn't take them on an empty stomach because they can cause nausea and they can cause certain things, your stomach to be upset and be whatever. So I said, I just ate a bigger breakfast and we take the iron now while I'm still full, while there's still food in my system. What did I do that for? I took the iron tablet and it took a grand total of about maybe 20 minutes. I'm like, well, I'm starting to feel weird. Like, why my stomach feel like that? Right? I'm starting to get real like gassy and I'm burping and I'm like, I'm nauseous. I started to feel very unsettled. I'm like, yo, let me go and lay down. I'm like, is it the food with like what's the tuna bad? Like what's happening? Like what did I eat? Did I eat something crazy? I'm like, I'm thinking back in my mind, like, what did I eat yesterday? What did I eat like for dinner? What did I eat, all day yesterday? Because something's going on with my stomach and it's not sitting right with me. And my stomach was just doing the most. Okay. So I'm like, what is happening? So I'm laying down in the couch, I'm laying down, just trying to drink water. I said, trying to get myself together, trying to, feel better because I was like really nauseous. Like, and then I say, oh, you know what? I know that ginger um, settles an upset stomach. I said, oh, he had a whole bunch of ginger packets, like instant ginger tea. So I said, let me drive myself to the kitchen and make some ginger tea. And so I went and I put the water on and I made myself some ginger tea and I went back to the couch. I was sipping on that. And as I'm drinking this tea, like halfway through, so you, TMI, but you guys know when you really have to like throw up, how your mouth starts to get like very watery and all this like saliva starts coming up. That started happening. So I'm like, what the heck? And tried to run to the bathroom. And I got to the bathroom and it was like, brunch what? Okay, like brunch, dinner, lunch, breakfast the day before, gone. So I'm just sitting there like, what is going on? Like, and I'm pissed off because I'm like, why am I sick? You know? And then I remember that iron tablets can make you nauseous. And I mean, this is beyond nauseous. This is like, I have no more food in my system. Like, my body's like dropping down because I'm empty. I just release all my food, right? So I'm like, oh no, we can't be doing this. So I was like, well, maybe it's the first time. And, but after that, I mean, I'm traumatized because I'm like, I don't want to take another iron tablet because you see what the first time I took it, see what it did to me. So I'm freaking out. I'm like, I got need to take iron tablets, and I just like this iron tablet just totally disrupted my whole body, my whole everything. So I don't want to take another tablet. So I'm like, what can I do? And I think I had to take another one like the next day, and I also felt nauseous again, but it wasn't as bad because I had something light. And I'm like, okay, but I still didn't feel, my stomach was still upset, right? So long story short, I'm like, okay, I need to find another option. So that next night, I was on Amazon looking. I'm like, I need to find something that will work. And I'm doing all this research, looking at all the iron supplements and all the reviews and people's comments about what happened and how they take theirs and what happened, what they felt, and did it work, did it not work, blah blah blah, all these things. Now I'm looking. And anybody that knows me knows I'm like a master researcher. Like I can find anything and then I can look. I mean, I'll find it out, okay? Not like trying to dig some dirt or get some tea, but as far as like I can find information and I'll find out what I need to know, put it together, make sense of it, and I can find the best option for what I'm looking for. So I eventually came across this little gem. Now, first I was skeptical because I'm like, I don't know, because I it's kind of a general consensus, a general understanding that iron tablets they make you sick, so people don't like to take them. Also, that they, I mean, sorry for being blunt, but they block you up, they constipate you. So I wasn't about that life either, because I'm like, dude, what? You know? So that sounds like some, I mean, struggle life to me. So I'm like, what can I take? And I found this. So these are, it's called Blood Builder, and it's from a brand called Mega Food, and it says from farm to tablet. And it's an iron supplement. It's clinically shown to increase iron levels without the side effects. That was the first thing. It increased iron levels without the side effects. Ding, ding, ding. 10 points in my book, okay? And it says plus real food. So it's 30 tablets for 30 servings. So you take one per day. And it's supposed to, so, and the fact that it's called blood builder, so it's not just, oh, increase your iron levels, it actually builds your blood up. So iron and all the other things that's needed to get your blood back healthy and where it needs to be. So of course, the next thing I looked at was the ingredients. So I had, of course, that's the iron, that's obvious. Let's see here. It has vitamin C. Oh, and those of you that don't know, vitamin C is needed in order to help your iron be absorbed by your body efficiently. So if you're taking iron supplements or iron tablets and you're not taking or taking it with orange juice or lime water or whatever, some kind of sort of vitamin C, your body is not absorbing the iron as it needs to be, and it probably will not be working for you the best way that needs to be working. Okay, so this one has vitamin C in the actual pill. So if you're looking for an iron supplement, look for something that has vitamin C in it. Or if you must take a plain, if you only have a plain iron tablet, take it with orange juice. Take it with some lemonade or something that has a citrus factor to it, a vitamin C factor. Or take an iron supplement and a vitamin C tablet together and do that so your body can absorb the iron as you need it and send it where it needs to go. Okay. So it has the vitamin C. It has folate as folic acid. It also has vitamin B12. It also has organic beetroot, which also beets are also good for building up your blood. And it also has organic brown rice, organic orange, organic broccoli. Um, yeah, and then some other things that like rice protein, yeast extract, organic brown rice, stearic acid. Yeah, okay. And so it said that mega food blood builder is clinically shown to increase iron levels without nausea, one time, put in one time, without nausea, and without constipation. So that's all I needed to hear. Ding, ding, and ding in my book, okay? So we add real food like organic beets and oranges. The key nutrients like folate, iron, and B12 that help to improve energy levels and combat fatigue. Vitamin C is included to support iron absorption, like I just said. Okay. This product is made with food, paired vitamins, and fermented minerals. So let me just say, this has 30 tablets in it, like I said, and this is what it looks like. It's in a glass bottle, and let me show you the pill. This is what the pills look like. Now, I would say I'm not a big pill taker. I don't like to take pills because, I mean, who's trying to put a whole rock down their throat? But I'm like, listen, I don't care how big it is, what kind of horse pills it is, I'm taking it because if this gets my blood back to where it needs to be without the crazy, nausea, vomiting, and all the craziness, I'm taking it. This is how big the pill is. It's not terribly big, but you guys can see that. All right. This is how big they are. And you take one per day. You take it with water. Now they do taste like iron because iron is a metal and it tastes kind of a little metallic. So what I do, I take it with water. I just kind of chug it and then I chase it with like either some juice or eat something behind it, some trail mix or some chips, whatever I have out there at the time. Eat something behind it to kind of take that iron taste, metallic taste off your tongue. So let me tell you. So as I was reading the reviews said that people, I mean, have had really low iron levels, and they went to the doctor and got these low blood readings, and they took this for about I want to say about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and then they went back to the doctors, and their iron levels have skyrocketed. Not just gotten back to normal, it's gotten back to like superb levels. So and that was countless. I mean, multiple account. So a comment after comment after comment after comment, as review after review after review. So I'm like, okay, everybody's saying the same thing. Let me at least try one. So of course I'm skeptical because now in Amazon, sometimes Amazon can have a lot of paid reviews that companies can pay people to say, hey, if you leave with a 5-star review, you get free product, you get $25 gift card, all the things, and people will do some strange things. They do something strange for some change. So I was like, I hope these are real, but I'm like, let me try one out. I think they had a return window, I think. But I said, I'll try it. So I bought one and I started to take it. Now, first of all, I was scared to take it because, again, iron up to this point and me did not mix, okay? Like, I was like, ugh. I'm like, I don't want to feel sick, and I don't know. It says no side effects, but I don't know. I might be different, so, but I took a chance and I took it and I waited and I waited some more and I waited like I'm like okay, I'm starting to feel nauseous. I'm starting to feel my stomach upset, and I'm like okay. And I waited, and I got to the point where I kind of forgot that I was waiting to feel something. And I'm like, wait, I don't feel anything. My stomach is fine. I don't feel any kind of nauseousness, no gas, whatever. I felt fine. So I'm like, okay, let's try this again. I did it the next day. Had dinner or breakfast or whatever I had. Then I said, well, let me take my iron tablet. I took it again. Nothing. So at this point, I'm like, yes, God. Like, this is the iron that I needed my whole life. I didn't know I needed it until I got it, and now I know that I needed it, and I'm gonna never gonna let it go because it's so amazing, right? So I'm like, this is amazing. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, it doesn't cause the side effects, no nausea. I never had the issue with the whole constipation thing, so I can't really speak to that. But the nausea, it knocked me off of my feet. So I'm like, it doesn't do that. It's a win already in my book. So I was taking it, and I should say, so some of the side effects of having low iron is you're always tired, right? Because your blood is low, your iron is low, your heart races. So your heart is trying to pump oxygenated blood through your body, and basically low iron causes your heart to be overworked, right? And so your heart rate is always elevated. So if you think that your heart, like, and me, I'm not a big person. I'm not overweight. Like, my body should be, I mean, I don't work out every single day, but I should be healthy enough to where my heart is like at a normal BPM, right? Beats per minute. And so I always thought that, oh, my normal BPM was like anywhere from 80, 81, kind of just throughout the day. I'll be sitting and watching a TV, and my BPMs be like 79, 80, 81. I thought that was normal because that's in the normal range. Supposedly, like, it's not in a place of concern, right? So I said, okay, well, my BPMs are just normally um between 79 and like 82, 83. That's normal for me. That's my regular range. I kind of just always stayed there. Several years prior to that, I did a EKG, and they said, oh, you have a slight tachycardia, which is basically an elevated heart rate. And I'm like, I ain't claiming that. But that, like, all in hindsight, I began to realize that my iron levels were low. That's why I was having these episodes. And being a woman, again, every month I would lose my blood, and my iron would get depleted again. And if I'm not eating the right things to put that iron back in my body, my body is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and weaker. And that's why the doctor was like, she was surprised that I was still standing. That, how are you fine? And I'm like, child, that's the grace of God, because I have no idea how I'm walking around going to work and being normal when my iron levels are in struggle zone, on the struggle bus. And I mean, like, I don't know. I can't tell you to this day how I was walking around being normal and feeling fine for the most part, because I don't know. Like I said, God just kept me. I'm guessing that's all I could say. Thank God, because I could have been, I mean, passed out somewhere, because you do pass out. You do. I mean, that's at that low level. That's very likely, right? And so I would say that another symptom is that if you go to, you bend down, or you sit down, or your head is down for whatever reason, and you get up suddenly, and you just feel like, oh, I need to hold on, because I'm blacking out, like, oh, I'm dizzy, let me hold on to something before I fall down. That happened to me a lot. Again, I just thought that was normal. I need to increase my cardio, get more exercise in. And I would say that cardio did help me a little bit, but it still didn't cause it to go away. And so I realized, again, that's another symptom of low iron, is that, I get dizzy all the time. So again, if I need to pick something up, or I'm trying to fix something, I need to fix something, low, tie my shoe, I get up, I have to, like, hold on. I got dizzy. So that was another symptom of having low iron. And and also, I think the final straw, I guess, in my opinion, it was like the tail end, because I didn't really notice it until we got close to the point where they were like, go to the ER now. I noticed that when she took my blood, and she was like, oh, she was like, interesting. I'm like, what happened? She's like, your blood is darker. I'm like, yeah, I noticed that. Like, why is it so dark? And she didn't tell me anything. But then the results came through, and then that was when they were like, go to the ER now. So if you ever get cut and notice that your blood is dark red, you have low iron in your blood. Your blood's not getting enough oxygen. Your blood should be healthy blood with normal iron levels, normal oxygen levels should be bright red. Coming out of your veins, it should be bright red, because your heart is pumping that oxygenated blood back to your body. So if it comes out of your body, it should be bright red. If you notice that your blood is dark, a dark red, a medium, like almost like a maroonish burgundy color, your iron is especially low. Darker it is, the lower your iron is. Okay, the lower your oxygen levels. Go and get that checked immediately. Get some blood drawn, get some blood work done, and know your levels. Know your levels. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms I just mentioned, you're having lighthead and dizziness, your heart rate just elevated for no reason, like you think you should be fit, your heart rate just seems to be at a high level. And especially if you're vegetarian or you're vegan or you're pescatarian and you don't eat red meat, this is a sign that your iron levels could be extremely low. And listen, and you may not be as lucky as I was to be, just having less than 5 and walking around normally. People have, had some serious um scares, okay, with having iron levels that low. So God is good to me, right? So don't go and take a chance. Go and get a check. Go and get some blood work done to your nearest clinic or whatever. Get some blood work done, and just go and get if you have health insurance, go and get a physical, because with health insurance, your annual physicals are free, okay, and so in addition to that, ever since I started taking this blood builder in particular. And by the way, since I bought those other iron tablets, I think it was like a nature way or nature's made, the one that was like regular generic ones. I'm like, we ain't doing that. So I stopped taking that crap because it made me feel terrible. I'm like, I rather no. Okay. So I stopped taking that, started taking this once a day. And I would say like my iron levels, my the symptoms are just gone. My heart rate's like my normal heart rate now it's gotten down to like at rest. I'll be sitting down on the couch watching TV or whatever, and my heart rate. I have a tracker. I have a fit watch, and so I track my heart rate. And I got this fit watch because I was having all those episodes where my heart would just be elevated, be like at 90, 105, for no reason, like the smallest thing. I got this to kind of track and see what the heck was going on, because just to keep an eye on things. And so I noticed that as I started taking this, my heart rate would go down. It just went down. Like my new normal at rest became like 67, 69, 65, and it got so good and so efficient that sometimes I see like, oh, I'm like a 60, a 59. So I'm like, yo, why is it so low? Like, it was concerning, why is it so low? But that's how efficient my heart rate got. And to the point where, like, I felt good. I had more energy, and all the things. So this thing saved my life. So if you have low iron, if they told you that you need to get blood transfusions, maybe you get blood transfusions now. I'm not a medical doctor. I was almost one, but I didn't make it all the way. Okay, and my mom's a nurse, yes, but I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just my experience, my 2 cents, my review, my suggestion to you. If you have a sensitive stomach or you cannot take iron tablets, and so you opted for blood transfusions to get your iron levels back, look into this. Now, I wouldn't say stop what you're doing and go and take this, but try and minimize. If you're doing a transfusion, try and minimize that for a portion of time, and try and take this, taking these pills, and then go again to see a doctor, get your levels checked, and you will be surprised. Trust me, you'll be mind blown, because it has worked for me. And then the hundreds of reviews that I read on Amazon, or thousands of reviews, I should say, on Amazon, that got, rave reviews, and I was skeptical, and I can testify 1,000% that it works for me. And you guys know I'm not going to bring anything on this channel to review or to talk about if I'm not 100% sold on it. If I don't care about it, or if it doesn't work, I'm not going to come on here talking all fluff and talk and cap you off about. No. If it works, I'll let you know. If it didn't work, I'll let you know, and I'll try to say, hey, what's your experience? But I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt, from somebody that had a 4.5 iron level, this thing works. If it said it builds your blood, it builds your blood, okay? And so I just wanted to let you guys know that. Now, this is not knocking any other iron supplement. I don't know what they do, but I know this one that I have tried. It's organic. It has iron and then some. It also has the vitamin C that you need to help that iron absorb properly into your body. It has all of that and all the things to help build your blood back to where it needs to be, to healthy and optimal level. So Go and give that a try. I will post a link in the description with the exact supplier that I got mine from, and now I've gotten on a subscription where I get it. I think it comes like every other month, or no, it comes, I guess it comes every month. I don't even know, it just kind of shows up at my door. Okay, I get that, and I'm taking it like clockwork, and it got to the point where I can stop taking it every single day, and just to maintain my blood levels, I take it every other day. And then of course during the monthly cycle, now I up it again just to kind of make sure my blood is back to normal and I'm still healthy, and not and things are where they need to be. Okay, so if you're looking for an iron supplement, if you're looking to get up with those transfusions eventually, right? I would say try this because it works. It works. It's organic, gentle on your stomach, no nausea, no vomiting, no constipation, no weirdness. It's just a pill going into your system, and it does what it needs to do without causing a fuss and without pulling a scene and making a movie. Okay, so go and get that. And if you have tried this Mega Food Blood Builder iron supplements, drop in the description your experience, and if you can attest to this, because let the people know that this thing works. Okay, like back me up here, back me up, sis, back me up, right? Let them know that this thing works, because it does. I won't lie to you, I won't cap you up. Like if I don't like something, I'll tell you. If it's crap, I'll tell you. Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Go and get your supplements. Again, I will post a link in the description to where I exactly got mine. And yeah, that's it. So that's the wellness tip for today, and that's my story, and that's my truth, and I'm sharing it with you guys so you can do with that information whatever you choose to. Some people are like that. She's our doctor. I don't care what she says. Whatever, it works for me. I am feeling amazing. I never took a transfusion. I didn't need to anymore. So yeah. So I'm here to share the good things that I find on, in my life and in my experiences, to give you a Wellness Wednesday tip on things I can do to kind of help your life. And yeah, if you love this content, don't forget to hit the like button and hit subscribe and follow your girl. And if you have experience with this, go ahead and comment, because I read every comment and I like to hear from you guys. And yeah, again, subscribe, share, and tell others about the society and your girl, because I'm here to empower, to uplift, to share my tips, to share my, things I find with small business owners, things like that. And I also have travel stuff coming up soon, because I just came back from vacation for my birthday, which is February 2nd. And I came back from my birthday trip and it was amazing. So I'm going to share my trip, stuff with you. It was a luxury escape, 5-star hotel, all the things, because I was celebrating and I was like, I'm gonna just do it because you only live once. Okay, so I did that and it was amazing. I'll tell you who I use, where, what, the whens, and how. Okay, but until then, be easy, be good, get the iron supplements, take them, be well, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.